is I'm tired, options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurting up you. I can't fake what's left to do. Take me to the King. Don't have much to bring. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory, to sing to you the song. Please take me to the King. Truth is, it's time to stop playing these games. We need a word for the people's pain. So speak right now. Let it go like rain. Yes, we're desperate, chasing after you. No rules, no religion. I made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. Take me to the King. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is such a beautiful, beautiful morning. The last day of July. Can you believe it? The last day of July. The kids will be going back to school really soon. Come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. You know, obstacles come in all forms. Generational curses, bullying, attacks on social media, finances, lack of education, low self-esteem. These are only some of the roadblocks that deter our young people. My platform is designed to assist high school age and young adult males as they follow my basic principles to overcome these obstacles and to build their best lives. I believe it is better to train early rather than to fix later. Again, good morning and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm so excited to have you here. Please come on in, comment. If you have not already liked my page, please like my page to make sure that you get all of my notifications and everything that is going on. But come on in and like my page, share this broadcast. That would be great if you could share. And please, as I am talking this morning, please interact. Send me your comments so we can have some dialogue this morning. So I think this is a great, great topic that I am ending this month with. As you know, my fans, we have been talking about work ethics. We say work ethics, but ethics is in all forms of our life. It hits us in our personal lives, whether we are in organizations, church ministries, whatever. There is a way in which we should conduct ourselves whenever we are in doing any type of task. If we've been given a task to do, we should always do it using ethics, our best ethics. But this morning, since this is the last day of July, what I have decided to talk about is legacy. And you may say, legacy, what does legacy have to do with ethics? Well, a lot of things. Because as you go about your day-to-day life and those ethics that you have, what are you showing those that you are leaving behind? What type of legacy are you leaving for your family, your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, everyone that's coming behind you? What type of legacy are you leaving for them? You know, a lot of times in families, as soon as someone dies, some family members want to know, well, what did they leave me? What did they leave me? And they are looking for, you know, those tangible items. You know, did they leave me their car? Did they leave me their house? Where's her jewelry? Did she have any money? Where is the money? Let's go through the drawers. But they're looking for those tangible things that may have been left behind. But there are some things that have far more value than those tangible things. What character traits did they leave behind? What events were created in that dash? Yes, in that dash. You know, we are born on a certain day, and our day that we're going to leave this earth is already predestined. But that time in between is our dash. That is our time to do whatever it is that we're going to do. That's the time that we have in order to leave a legacy for someone. So what are you creating in your dash? What legacy will you leave for those behind? And you know, I was talking about before, people are looking for valuables, but you know, some things are just irreplaceable. You know, and so instead of looking for money and jewelry, whatever, where are those family recipes? Were they written down anywhere? Where are all the old family portraits? You know, we didn't always have digital photography. So a lot of memories are those paper portraits. Who has those? Where are they? Can we find them? That's our history, our legacy. What priceless books are there that may have been left behind? Was there a family Bible? What basic principles did Muddy Nana leave behind? These are some important assets that can live on long after our loved ones are gone. So it is key and essential. What are we leaving for the next generation? So just pause a minute and think about that. What am I doing in my life? What am I creating? When my loved ones look back on my life, is it going to be with a smile or a frown? Did they leave a legacy that you can be proud of, or did they leave a legacy that you are ashamed of? Just think about that. What type memories will you leave? Are you a good person? Your neighbors, are you sitting in the house looking out the blinds talking about your neighbors? Or are you seeing the needs of your neighbors and trying to assist them? What legacy are you leaving? Did your family see you treat others fairly? Did you sometimes give to that person on the corner that has the sign that says we'll work for food? And we know that some of these people are not trying to get food. You know, some of them, if you say, yes, I got some work, or well, I got to wait on my partner. But it's not for us to judge why these people are doing whatever. So every now and then, your heart should be pricked to give to someone. So are your children, are your grandchildren seeing you give that person $1, give that person $5, asking that person, well, would you like to go to the restaurant? I'll be glad to purchase a meal for your family. Or are they just hearing you say, oh, why can't they just get a job? I'm not going to help them. What legacy are you leaving? When your children and your grandchildren needed you, were you there for them? Were you off taking your vacations? Were you checking off your bucket list? When your children were in elementary school, middle school, high school, were you there for them? Were you at their events? Were you at home with them? Or were they with someone else, spending the night with a friend? Again, because you were off trying to check off your bucket list. What legacy are you preparing to leave for them? Did you set a good example? When you went to meet the teacher, did you sit and listen as the teacher spoke about your child? Did you wait for your turn to give your comments? Or did you go in slinging profanity, embarrassing not only your child, but you should have been embarrassing yourself? How will they remember your parents? Or how will they remember you? Will they remember you? Oh, I remember John's mom. She's the one that came in here and threw my stapler across the room. What legacy are you leaving behind? Sometimes we don't think about these things. We just living our lives day by day. It doesn't matter how we treat others, how we interact with others, how we communicate with others, what we say, what we do, what our children and grandchildren see us doing. We just go on doing our thing. We're working on our dash, but we are not trying to make sure that that dash is nice and neat and positive. We're just leaving a dash, living a life. We're not leaving good basic principles for our children. We're not showing them it's good to be on time. It's not showing them it is better to work for what you get rather than to have someone hand it to you. Remember, well, young people wouldn't remember, but there is a song James Brown said, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. He said, open up the door, I'll get it myself. So that means I don't need a handout. Give me an opportunity, a fair shake at getting the same job that you would give someone else. Let me get the education that's granted someone else. Let me be able to get the scholarships that will allow me to get a higher education as someone else. And when I get those things, then I will get a job and I will make my own money to take care of my own family. I don't need a handout. What legacy are you leaving behind? Just think about it. Are you showing your kids that when they wake up and say, oh, I don't feel well, can we stay home today? You say, oh, yes, no problem. I'll just call in. Tell the boss I can't come in because you don't feel well. You don't ask them, is your head hurting? Is your tummy hurting? You don't check to see if they have a fever. They just say they're not feeling well and they want to stay home. What legacy are you leaving? Those same children will be the adults that when they get to the workplace will have no problem calling in. Oh, I won't be in because I'm not feeling very well. When that child may have had a test they didn't want to take. They may have had a bully that they didn't want to confront. Find out what's going on. Why do you want to stay home today? You don't have a fever. What's hurting you? Oh, my tummy hurts. Okay, well, let's go to the restroom and see if we can work things out. Where does your tummy hurt? Are you hungry? Ask these questions. When it's time for school to start, do you bring all the rubber bands and the paper clips and the rulers and the notepads from work? Mom, where'd you get those from? From work. What legacy are you leaving for them? Think about these things. These are all a part of ethics. This is how ethics ties into legacy. Because what you are doing in that dash, you are leaving behind for someone else. The generation today does not, I'm going to say that again, they do not listen to the words that you are saying. That finger that you are pointing. I need you to do this. I expect you to do that. They hear you. But this generation wants to see what you are doing in that dash. Do your words align up with your actions? If they don't, you may be in for a rude awakening because our generations of today follow your actions more so than your words. So what legacy are you leaving for them? Do they see you get up in the morning and make your bed before you leave your house? Do they see your dishes cleaned and put away before you go to bed at night? Do they see you preparing your clothes for the next day so that you will make sure that you are leaving the house on time? That you're not getting up the day of and saying, oh, what will I wear? No, I don't want to wear that. What about this? No, I had that on 2 days ago. I can't wear that. However, if they are seeing you setting your alarm clock, getting your clothes ready for the next day, making sure that you have gas in your car before you came home the previous day, and you're leaving home in plenty of time to get to work or your appointments on time. What legacy are you leaving for them? Remember, when you least expect it, someone is watching you. You may never think that they are, but people are watching you. I've had someone tell me, I used to sit and watch you all the time. Then one would have to think, okay, what did they see when they were watching me? So what legacy are you leaving? Be careful. And I think one of the greatest legacies that one can leave their children is spending time with them while you can, while they're young. Teach them those basic principles. Teach them those things that they won't learn at school. Teach them sound life principles. Education is wonderful. and they all need education, but they need life principles. Teach them foundational spiritual beliefs. Teach them integrity. And guess what? As I started out, I said, I believe it is better to train early rather than to fix later. Well, it is essential to do these things sooner rather than later. And that's for two reasons. First, again, it is better to train early rather than try to fix later. So if you're not teaching them life principles, how to act when they're in a car, when they're driving, don't speed. Drive the speed limit. Wear your seat belts. Don't have a car full of your friends. Don't play road games with your friends. Drive safely. When you go somewhere, be polite to the young ladies. Don't disrespect young ladies. Don't call them out their names. Are you teaching them these type things? You need to teach them early rather than later. Later may be too late. Why? Because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. It is crucial to do and be and teach what we can while we can. We need to leave a legacy for each of our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews, our neighbors, anyone that may be watching you. And remember, yes, your loved ones maybe go after the diamonds and the money and the cars and whatever you may leave when you leave this earth. But what other things of more importance are you leaving for them? Are you leaving those old photographs? Are you leaving that family Bible? Have you left them a journal or something? Have you left them a positive memory of you that they can reflect back on? And well, that was my Nana. This is what my Nana used to do. I remember seeing my Nana on Facebook. Years from now, it won't be a Facebook or YouTube, but I remember my Nana. She used to be on Facebook. Well, what is Facebook? They'll have to explain it, but they can say, well, my Nana was doing something positive. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you for tuning in. But these things are so important. And that is how legacy ties in to work ethics. And as I was thinking about this week, I'm going to be talking about legacy. It's the last day. It needs to tie back into, work ethics. God will show up when you need him. Sometimes while I'm in my office, I'll turn on TV. Sometimes I turn it off. Certain shows I'll watch on certain days. I might turn it on to see who's going to be on there. If it's not something I want to see, I turn it off. But I turned on Ellen. I think it was Monday. I don't know what day it was. It was one day this week. And I saw it was going to be about a young lady that got to go to the college of her dreams. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch this. And it was very, very interesting. And she gave me a nugget for this broadcast. And the young lady's name is Skylar Hughes. She's 17 and she lives in Atlanta. Now, Skylar, beautiful young lady. I mean, she was beautiful. I think her face caught my attention before I started reading the words of what her little segment was going to be about. But Skylar was on with her dad, and they showed a clip of her at the cemetery. So she had applied to Duke University. She wanted to go to Duke because of what she wanted to study. And she said that Duke was the best college to offer what she wanted to take, which is marine biology. But as I watched this, she explained more why she wanted to take marine biology. But the reason she was at the cemetery and she had her blanket out and her laptop is because when she opened up this letter from Duke saying whether she was accepted or not, she wanted to be at the cemetery at the grave of her mom. Her mom had been dead for 6 years. Her mom passed when she was 11 years old. And her mom, she was at home when her mom died. And she said her mom drove into the driveway and she had a brain aneurysm. And so her mom died. And so this is why she wants to take marine biology, because she was saying that there are items in the ocean that will help with cures for things like the brain aneurysm that took her mom away. But the thing that got me, that tied back to legacy, is that, you know, they want to know, well, why did you go to the cemetery? And she said, because I always talk to my mom. And she said, my mom was my role model. She was my mentor. And she said, my mom did things with me. And, you know, even though I was young when she left, I can remember the years that she spent time with me, doing things with me. And my mom, she left a journal and she left all these affirmations. And as I read the journals and I could see my mom and her life from the time she was a teenager until her passing, you know, that just made me admire her more. The things that she did in her life and the path that she left. So those ethics, that legacy that she left for her daughter. And Skylar has in her bedroom, she's taken things from her mom's diary and she's written them on notepads and she has them all over her room. Well, I shouldn't say all over her room, but she has them in a place in her room. And she says every day she reads those affirmations and it keeps her going. And so she said, you know, she went to the cemetery because she just had to be at her mom's last resting place when she opened that letter to say whether or not she was going to be able to go to Duke. And that just, I mean, to me, that was just so emotional. And it just brought back everything. Because some of the things that I talked about legacy, I had written in a blog a couple weeks ago. But it was, what are you leaving for your children and your grandchildren? Are you leaving something behind that, you know, is more than the money and diamonds and cars and things? Are you leaving something, a legacy for them? And look what her mom left for her. You know, she wrote down those things. You know, I know a lot of people journal, but she left her daily life back, you know, in those journals, and it was positive things that made Skylar proud of her mom and the life that she led in her short time. In her dash, she left a positive life back here for Skylar. So I was just so happy that she did get into Duke University, and it's going to be very expensive. And she said a friend of hers started a GoFundMe account. But she said her dad just told her, just worry about, you know, what you need in studying, because whatever I have to do, if I have to take 2 or 3 jobs, I'm going to make sure that I get the money for you to be able to go to Duke. Because, you know, she's not just going because, oh, Duke, you know, I've heard about this school and it sounds like it'd be fun, I can get away from home or whatever. But she wants to take marine biology so she can learn those things that will help people in the world that has different illnesses. But, you know, one of those is the brain aneurysm that killed her mom. So I just thought that was worth mentioning. And again, to say how important it is, how we live our lives, the things that we do, the ethics that we show to our family, those that are watching us and we don't know they're watching us. All of those things are important. our legacy means something. That dash is not just there as a dash. It is there for you to live out your God's purpose. God gives us all a purpose in life. He gives us those talents, those skills that we need to make that purpose reality, our dreams, our goals. So that's the type of legacy that we need to leave. So I hope that this segment on my last day talking about ethics, work ethics through all our lives, not just at work, but in everything that we do, and tying it back into legacy and what we leave has helped someone. Again, please share. If there's someone that you think would benefit from this video, please share it with them. Send me your comments. Tell me what you liked about today's segment, what you didn't like. Just send me your comments because it helps me to make sure that I am delivering the content that is helpful for other people. So again, thank you so much. And I just want to leave, have a little announcement here for my upcoming educational symposium that is starting Monday, and I am so excited. I had one last year, but this one is going to be bigger than that one, and so I am just excited. I just can't say anything else. I'm just excited. So please bear with me as I start my video. This educational symposium, the theme is Hooked on Books and Looks. It is fundamental to read, and everybody should be able to have that tight cut for school. Starting on Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Anastasia Smith from Nassau, Bahamas, Bridging the Gap. On Tuesday, August 3rd, we're going to have Anita Jean Cummins from Thompson, Georgia, Pass the Ketchup, Strategies to Survive and Thrive When School Reopens. Wednesday, August 4th, I'm going to have Sheila Walker from Dallas, Texas. What trip will you take turning over the obstacles in education? Thursday, August 5th, going to have Nikina Bryant from Mesquite, Texas. Creative Teaching Approaches. And when I say excited, she is super excited. And closing us out on Friday, August 6th, we have Linda Wright Patrick from Freeport, Bahamas. The next chapter, Love and Happiness. And again, I will be giving out complimentary haircuts. And I am partnering with Ruck the barber, Dante Rucker, and we're going to be giving out haircuts. So please invite and share and let people know they have to be on next week in order to win these haircuts. So they need to be in. And also I have a book giveaway. I want to donate some of my books to Revolt Middle School and Revolt Senior High. Reading is fundamental and it will take you higher. So that is why my theme is looks, being hooked on looks and books, to get us all, our young men, looking great as they go back to school on the, 10th? So next Tuesday. And also to have some reading material that I know will help them to build better lives. So please share the word about this educational symposium. If you know anyone that has sons, please get them to join us as well so they can have an opportunity to win one of these complimentary haircuts. Dante and I are excited to be able to do these things for our community, We can only do it if the people are on and they hear about it and they participate and get these haircuts and these books. So thank you again for tuning in, and please, please, please join us beginning on Monday for this educational symposium, beginning Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, thank you for watching today. And as always, remember, as you go on your way to being a better you, while on your journey, you will run into distractions, pitfalls, rough terrain, and detours. But don't let any of these negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is not a slogan. It's my commitment. So thank you. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. And please stay safe. These numbers are going up. Please, please, please stay safe. Love you all. And thanks for tuning in.